Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Well, I hope you all are doing well. I'm Simon Preston. Welcome back to Reggae Boy's Commentary. This is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. How is everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? Well, I certainly hope that you all are doing okay and we can be able to get into the content of this video. Great to hear from you all. As you can imagine, a lot of football has taken place quite recently, quite a bit, and we can discuss a lot of things. My parents raised me to be a gentleman, so of course, ladies first. History was created. Yes, that is right. History was created on Tuesday, August 2024. History was created as for the first time ever in CONCACAF history, a Caribbean club played in a CONCACAF Women's Club Championship. And guess what? It was a Jamaican club. All right? So that is what you need to be aware about, okay? So everybody needs to be aware about that. A Jamaican club made their debut, the first ever Caribbean club to play in a CONCACAF Women's Champions Cup, as Fraser's Whip took on Alajuelense last night in Costa Rica. Yesterday, we also had Cavalier, last season's beaten finalist in the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. They blanked Mount Pleasant Academy 2-0 to open their campaign in the 2024 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. So that's 3 points on the board for Cavalier, and they'll be certainly for going for 3 more against Police FC of Trinidad and Tobago next week, Thursday. So that's what's going on. And some history will be created tomorrow as well, as Jamaica will be hosting another game. This is Real Hope of Haiti against Miscellaneous Police of Trinidad and Tobago in Jamaica. So Real Hope's home games are going to be in Jamaica. So everybody is aware about that 100%, okay? So those are the updates from a footballing standpoint so that everybody can be mindful about and be aware, okay? So people need to be mindful about those things that I just made mention about. And if you guys are just tuning in, please hit the like button, and after doing so, hit the subscribe button as well to Reggae Boy's Commentary for more. Okay, guys? So that would be good. So let's proceed now into, I know you could see the image, the thumbnail of this video, and we'll go swiftly on to that so that you are aware and that we can be able to speak about this play in particular that you're seeing. And some people may say, who is he? So that everybody is fully on the grand scheme of things. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments for a moment. Jamaican Englishman said, yes, Si. Big up John Paul says, up Simon. Melcher Walker, big up Si. I am so sure Simon is at Doyley. Yes. So I could confirm with you that former Reggae Boy, Lloyd Colin Doyley, that is correct, Lloyd Colin Doyley, former national player, former Reggae Boy, has signed a deal with Watford FC as their under-18s assistant manager. I can confirm that Lloyd Colin Doyley has signed a contract. He is currently the under-18s assistant coach at Watford. And of course, this is a long-term deal for him. Another former national player getting an opportunity to coach in English football. Lloyd Doyley, so much things to say about him. Began his career at Watford back in 1991, and he remained at the club until 2015. Scored 2 goals in his career. He was trying to cross a ball, and he scored a goal against Bolton. But his first goal against QPR is absolutely legendary. So after this video, you guys have to look at that video. He was a left back, and he drove all the way from left back with a diving header to head the ball into the net. It was so interesting. And then you have the Watford fans behind the goal. And instead of going to celebrate with them, the man turns around and runs to the halfway line. And Tom Cleverley and Adrian Marip are like, no, Doyley, look, the fans are there. And then he turns around and goes to celebrate with them. Lloyd Doyley. And I know person might be saying from a Jamaican standpoint, Simon, when did he play for Jamaica? Well, his debut came in 2013, and this was against Panama. He was called up for the games in September 2023 against Panama, and Costa Rica, rather March 2023. That's when he was first call up. March 2013. March 2013 against Panama and Costa Rica. That was his first call up for Jamaica. And he went on to make 9 appearances for Jamaica, played the World Cup qualifiers and played a couple of friendly matches after that. You think about the Egypt and Switzerland and France games. He was also part of that squad as well. So he went on to make 9 appearances for Jamaica. Adrian Mariappa's best friend, and he's just gone into management after his time at Watford. Basically, what happened is that he went to Rotherham. He spent a short-term deal there. Then he went to Colchester United, and then he played non-league football at Hemel Hempstead Town, Billericay Town, and also Kings Langley before being the assistant manager at Bournemouth, where they had that incredible run in the FA Cup last season. Yeah, so he was at Bournemouth before going on to yeah to sign with the team that we know very much today as Watford Football Club, and he's the assistant coach of Watford. I know many persons that say, Simon, wasn't this confirmation come in May? Actually, you could say negotiation, dialogue, discussion of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But we have another former national player that is coaching and managing in English football. And we need to take this with importance as we continue to have national players that are receiving opportunities, not only here in the Jamaica Premier League, not only in the USL, not only in the MLS, but also in England as well. We have a former national player that is one of the 92 coaches in the Football League that is a manager, and that is Darren Moore. And we have numerous coaches right now that are assistant coaches at respective clubs. We know it about the spell that Paul Hall had with Queen's Park Rangers. We know quite a lot about the work that Frank Sinclair has done as well with Doncaster and company. We can talk so much about what Dion Burton is doing, what Jamal Campbell Rice is doing, what Joby McAnuff is doing. We can even go as far and see what Giles Barnes is doing right now, being the assistant manager of a team in the WSL, Orlando Pride, one of the best teams in club football in North America. And a Jamaican is the assistant coach of that. And then you picture this now. Lloyd Doyley has been handed the responsibility to play an integral part in the development of young players. And let me just say that Watford is a club that promotes talent from the academy. So a former national player is being given the opportunity by Gina Pozzo and Scott Duxbury to be able to monitor the likes of Aaron Burton, the likes of Freddie Burrs, the likes of James Claridge, the likes of Joshua Mullings, the likes of Alistair Gold, the likes of Josh Keys, the likes of Bentley Asado, the likes of Shaq Ford, the likes of Laken Torres, the likes of Zach Braverman, the likes of Sam Morris, the likes of Hayden Barrett, a former national player having the opportunities to monitor the next gems of English football: Max Smith, Kimani Daly, Kashi Dasi, Jael Norville. And yes, of course, I know exactly what's popping in your brain. Simon, I'm sure I heard some names of persons who have Jamaican heritage. It's no secret. And you all would have seen a video that I did that Watford, Charlton, Preston have been the clubs that have given most opportunities to players that have actually gone on to represent Jamaica. Now, there are other clubs that have done fantastic jobs, and they do deserve their flowers as well. But I just wanted to highlight in terms of quantity, the likes of Watford, Reading, Charlton, Preston have played an integral role in this process. An absolutely brilliant job in this process. So great work to Watford for giving one of our own an opportunity in Lloyd Doyley. I think it's a shrewd appointment, and I'm going to also explain why I say that as well, so that you are fully aware. Lloyd Doyley joined the club 1991. He left 2015, right? How many years is that? That's 24 years of service to the club. Let's say you don't want to count his youth career. I counted your youth career because once you're at the club, no matter if you're under 10, under 5, you're a representative of the club. So just like Jamaica right now in the Caribbean Under 14 Championship in Trinidad and Tobago, they're representing Jamaica. All right? Jamaica is who they're representing. And just like Lloyd Doyley, when he was that 8-year-old at Watford in 1991, he's also part of that journey as well. So he spent 24 years of Watford, right? 14 years of those 24 was in the first team. Think about it. Nearly 3 decades of service to one club. Nearly 3 decades of service to one club. He would have witnessed some compelling times at Vicarage Road. He's been part of Watford's journey when they're a championship club. He played with them in the Premier League as well, 21 matches as well, and he would know the journey of Watford, finishing mid-table in the championship, finishing in the playoffs, finishing just outside the playoffs, having it being in an environment where you're surrounded by Jamaican heritage players as well, Adrian Mariappa, Joel Grant. You understand what I'm saying? Francina Francis, who, by the way, was actually born in Jamaica. Francina Francis was born in Jamaica. So you're talking about Lloyd Doyley. You're talking about Adrian Mariappa. You're talking about Joel Grant. You're talking about Theo Robinson. You're talking about Joby McAnuff. You're talking about Francina Francis. At one time, Marlon King, Ashley Young. Oh my God. At one time, you had all these players at the club. I'm just making you understand that this appointment by Watford is something that should not be brushed aside. Lloyd Doyley is garnering experience. He already helped Bournemouth with an amazing run in the FA Cup quite recently, and now he's going back to where it began, but in a different capacity. And look, you have so many former national players that are involved in coaching, right? And I love that. Just think about what it will mean when they pass on this experience, when they pass on the knowledge to each other. One way or another, the information, the experiences, the advice will trickle in to a national setup. And I'm not saying, oh, Lloyd Doyley, a future Jamaica coach. What I am saying, we don't know what the future holds. But the point I'm making is this: a Jamaican being represented at a club is something we should all be proud about. From Lloyd Doyley at Watford to Darren Moore at Port Vale to Dion Burton at West Bromwich Albion, and we haven't even gone into North America. I haven't talked about the likes of the Tyrone Marshalls and the Donovan Ricketts of this world as yet. And we could certainly go on and on. Most definitely. Most definitely. It's very, very important to know what we're discussing. I mentioned a name earlier, but do any of you know who the person that I'm talking about is as well? Do you have any history about this individual? Do you guys know who Francina Francis is? Francina Francis is a footballer that was born in Jamaica, left Jamaica when he was young, went to England, spent his youth career at Tamworth, signed for Stoke, then went to Watford, played for Watford, went on loan to Kidderminster Harriers, Wellstone, and he had a sustained career in terms of playing non-league football. And now at 37, coaching Wolverhampton Sporting right now in the Midlands League. Well, right now they're in the Northwest Counties League. But you get the point. Exactly that I'm making. A Jamaican is having a journey in this. A Jamaican is having a role in all of this. Lloyd Doyley is having a role to play in all of this. Eventually, Adrian Mariappa is going to be a manager, and he's going to have a role to play as well. I genuinely think Joby McAnuff is going to be a manager as well. So that is why all of this should be embraced. All of this should be applauded. How many times, how many opportunities, especially in the English game, will Jamaicans get? And of course, let's not forget a couple of weeks ago, our former national reggae boy Daniel Gordon being handed a 5-year contract. Think about contracts that are handed to players, coaches at clubs. How often are they long term? How often are they 5, 6, 8 year? You think about Cole Palmer, you think about Enzo Fernandez. I remember Alan Pardew at Newcastle got a 10-year contract. And outside of those eye opening figures, you have the standard 6 year, 5 year, etc. When Harry Maguire signed for Manchester United, it was a 6 year contract that he had signed. You know? So you get the point that I'm making. So let us commend Lloyd Doyley for what he's doing. He's in his early 40s. He's learning his craft well. He's developing himself as a very, very, very assured manager. I'm telling you, one day you're going to be impressed with that guy. Well, you should be impressed now. A man in their early 40s is the assistant manager of an under 18s team. So he is on the road to success. Presently, he is. And he's doing a good job. A really good job, actually. So let's all big up Lloyd. And if you don't remember Lloyd, I will speak how he spoke in interviews. Hello, everyone. My name is Lloyd Doyley. I've born to Jamaican parents. I can't wait to come over to Jamaica, and that way I'll be able to see and talk to everybody on the island of Jamaica. That was Lloyd Doyley in a nutshell. But everybody remembers him, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. Hardworking, disciplined, genuine guy. Really, really genuine guy, you know? So, yeah, that's what I say about this journey for him. So, folks, what are your thoughts? What do you think? Tell me what you think. I'm eager to hear what you have to say about this journey, this move for Lloyd, the opportunity that he has, you know? I want to know how you're feeling. I want to know exactly the how proud you are of Jamaica and Jamaicans. Because from all corners of the globe, we have to render our support. Next week is also a very exciting week as well. Next week, Tuesday, it's going to be Arnott Gardens against Mount Pleasant Academy in the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. And on Thursday, it's going to be Cavalier against Police in the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. So we have 3 Jamaican clubs being represented next week. And you want to garner your support because we want to have 2 Jamaican clubs advancing to the semi-finals. Based on how the groups are, 2 groups, 5 teams in each group. Whatever happens, you're going to have only the top 2 from each group advancing. So when you put that into perspective, you're going to have 1 Jamaican club that misses out on the semi-finals. So let's maximize it and have 2 Jamaican clubs in the semi-finals. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it a reality. Let's ensure that this is something that we want. And there's an extra incentive for the team that finishes first, you know. Not only do you create the possibility of bringing Lionel Messi to your homeland, but also you create a situation where you advance directly to the round of 16 and you get a bye from the first round. So you get exactly what I'm saying. So that's what I'll say there. Okay. So everybody got the drift. Everybody understood what I said, and it's important. Okay. Very, very important. So let that stay with everybody. All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button for Reggae Boys commentary. For more content, we'll be back with so much more. Next week, we get the ball rolling. I know everybody will be looking forward to the squad. And I'm sure in due course that will come as well. All right. So hit the like, share, and subscribe button to Reggae Boys commentary right now.